Hello and welcome to I'll Sip to That. I am your host Shannon, and these are my co-hosts Jasmine and Dominique.
Hey guys.
Hey y'all.
Hey everybody. Hey, how y'all doing today? We are glad that you are here, and as usual, we are inviting you to sip to that. This show is designed for conversation. If you agree, we want you to grab your glasses and sip to that. And if you don't agree with a topic, just hold your glass and wait till you find something that you are in agreement with. Listen, we started our show, well, we ended our show last week with a guest who had a little bit he wanted to talk about concerning Instagram. And it started to get a little heated, so we wanted to save the conversation. But we're only going to touch on a little bit of that today because we have something that is more powerful to talk about, something that is dear to our hearts and something that is happening worldwide, and we want to give our opinion on it. So today we're going to start the show talking about Instagram, and the question was there a problem liking pictures on Instagram, or for your partner to like pictures on Instagram? And some of us agreed and disagreed. So I'm going to, since Dominique had the most to say and her opinion was the strongest, I'm going to let her start in which she feels as though if it's a problem or not.
Go down.
So I think it's not a problem. I said that because that's what the app is designed for, is to like people's pictures. Now, if you're in a relationship with someone and they're commenting, they're putting heart eyes and, oh, you beautiful and all this and sliding to the DMs, that's different. I do have a problem with that. But not just liking the picture. Like, we all like the picture.
Right.
So I don't really see the big disconnect with that. And a lot of relationships, they feel as though, oh, he's liking my picture, so he must like me. Okay, granted, he likes what he sees. Most men do.
Right.
She might like what she sees too. Like, oh, that is a nice picture, but keep it at that. Keep it at the like. Do not go and comment and slide into the DMs, because now we got another issue.
Okay. Well, Jasmine, I hear you sipping over here, and you said, well, I'll agree to that. I'll agree to that. So give me your views on that very subject.
Well, I definitely agree with Dominique. I mean, the app, any social media is designed to, I guess, like or dislike, whichever you choose. But I would rather for you to do it up front than sneak behind my back. And there's a thing with trust, and I mean, it goes a long way on both parties, but I'd rather you like it and I'm following you and I can see that you like a picture versus you creating a second account that I know nothing about. So when females become insecure, I mean, you kind of are making the guy shy away from reality, because we're human. And if someone is beautiful, or if he's fine and he's muscular, like, it's only, it's only human to have those desires. Not to say that you don't love your husband or your mate, but just something appeals to you, and that's normal. There's nothing wrong with it.
Agreed.
Okay. Well,
Sip to that.
Sip to that. And if you want to sip to that, sip to that. Now, I'm going to come through with a total different opinion or view. And I have had this discussion even with my own husband, because my thing is, there's nothing wrong with liking a pic. Exactly. That's what the whole Instagram is about, is pictures. There's nothing wrong with that. The problem comes along to me is when you consistently liking someone's picture, like you're just waiting for it to drop. You like. I shouldn't go to another woman's page and I'm seeing my man's name across every single picture. We all take, decent pictures, but every picture is not likable. I don't care what anyone says. Not every picture. Not every single picture. So for a woman, in my opinion, if I see, even with me, if I see a man who continues to like every one of my pictures, I'm going to start to think, this man either has a thing for me or he likes me. It's going to be something like that, because
not always.
I said but I'm telling y'all my opinion.
It
would just show. It's not just. I don't think it's just showing love. I think that I'm just telling you how your mind can get you. It can make you think that this person might, and they may not. They can very well just like your picture.
Right.
But for some, it might make you think like, oh yeah, he likes me or he's so into me, and then you get this woman over here feeling some kind of way because a man is simply liking a picture, or if you were constantly liking another man's page, I'm sure your man is going to feel the same way. Like, well, dang, my babe always on this page liking all the pictures. Because guess what? We know how the feed rolls on Instagram. So you're not going to catch everyone's picture. So that would make me think that, guess what? You're going to their page purposely, and you're going up there liking their pictures. So that's my opinion on it. Nothing wrong with liking pictures, again, because that's what it's created to do. However, when you're obsessively liking, it's a picture of a cat. What the heck? And you don't like cats.
I'd rather you like a cat than a Kim Kardashian with your booba on a thumb. Like, everyone, just... Celebrities, you're giving them so much attention, and they don't acknowledge you. They don't know you exist. So it's like, why not like and show love to people that's in your area,
Absolutely.
or people that you surround yourself with? Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But to go and bathing suit pics.
Well, regular people are in those bathing suit pics that our men are clicking on. The boob is out that they're clicking on. And there's nothing wrong with that, because we know y'all are not blind, and there are a lot of sexy women out there, and there are. Heck, I'll even like a picture if I think it's cute and she's in a cute bathing suit or her body is banging.
Right.
I don't have no problem letting a woman know she's doing her thing. Not a problem.
But the comments are just too,
Don't you dare put a comment.
The comments, the slide into DMs or make another account, that's when it gets to a whole nother level. Like, it shouldn't even be that way. And then if that's messing up the relationship, especially when you're in a mature relationship and
Absolutely.
older, individuals, I always look at that like, what are y'all doing?
Like, delete the app and just,
just delete the app, because it wasn't even here before. And now, so now it's like this whole, my generation, we are big like on Instagram, and then it's like now the seasons are getting on Instagram, and they're just creating a whole, now it's like you guys are in the drama that we're in, and it's just like,
oh, I'm not in no drama.
No, I'm not the drama, but I'm saying that's the topic. So you had a conversation like that with your husband, like, why am I having this conversation with you about Instagram?
Yeah, I had to make sure I set the record straight to say what I don't want to see, and what I do want to see. I don't want you going on nobody's page talking about, oh, that's hot, that's cute, that's fire. No, you don't need all none of that.
That like shows it enough.
Yeah, the like is all you get. You let all those single guys or whoever's at
let them slide
coming after her, you let them do all that. She's fire, she's hot. You know what I mean by that. So,
emojis.
Yeah, a million emojis. Let me see more than 3 smiley faces. Why? What is so funny? What is so funny? Smile one more time, and you're not gonna like it. That's how I would feel. So me and my husband both have boundaries. Even when guys come in my DM, I tell him.
Right, that's honest.
I do. I say, look, this guy just said, and we joke about it, and I'm nice to them in response. And sometimes I don't even respond. I'll just like, hey, how you doing? I'm married. Happily. So I put that on there too, just to have that disclosure, so you can stop right there. Although that don't always work, because some people just don't care. Okay. Did anybody else have anything to say on that? I wish we still had the gentleman that had an opinion, but unfortunately he couldn't be here today. But that's okay. He's watching. And all of you that are watching, we thank you guys so very much. I want to give a shout out to, I think his name was James. We were out on Friday night, and he approached me. I don't know who he is, but he did say he enjoyed the show. And I was like, oh my goodness, you watched I'll Sip to That. That was just so awesome. So he did say that he did, and he wanted to be on the show. And he was hoping that he was on the show when we talked about, do all men cheat? So there's been a lot of people that have been responding to that subject. So we might have to do a part 2 with just men, because we definitely started some fires there.
I wanted to shout out Delandis. Thanks for being a guest last week. Sorry you couldn't be here today. And I also want to shout out Royal and Stilettos, Shay and Bonnie, and your bitch mixtape. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you guys. Oh, and also Jaya. I saw her out Friday night too, and she also wanted to be on the show. And Jaya, you will get your spot. Definitely. So be ready when we call you to be on I'll Sip to That. Well, this is the part of the show we're going to go to a more serious topic. I don't even know if we're really going to sip to that, because it's just so horrible. And this thing really touched my heart, and I felt like it was a discussion that needed to be said, and maybe we can help someone out there who might not be thinking fully. But the subject I'm talking about is the mishandling of children, I would call it, and how women are getting into relationships with these men, and it seems as though they might not know them that well enough to leave your children with them, or just well enough to just trust anybody to be around your kids. And the story I'm talking about is the last story that I just heard about was a little young girl from New York, and I think what was her name?
Her name is Bella.
Bella, 3 years old, 3 to 4 years old, and she died at the hand of her mother's boyfriend. I mean, I could not even imagine something like that happening to one of my kids at the hand of a man that I'm seeing. I don't know how long they've been together. I don't know how long they were dating, but I just wanted to come and just hopefully just make awareness to some of the women. My thing is this: if you have not been with that man for more than 6 months or more, I wouldn't say leave your kid with that man. You don't know him. Right. You don't know anything about him. You don't know how he is with children. And you're putting your children in harm's way. Number two, watch how people act around your kids. If you see them, you know, encouraging you to spank them for little things that kids normally do, that's a flag. You know, watch how they just handle them. If they want to be interactive with them, it's so many flags that are there that we need to make sure that we're seeing as women and as mothers and even as fathers, you know. And I can even understand a man being very upset, you know, with women bringing different men around their children. It's just not good. And you don't even want your child to feel like every 6 months there's a new uncle. I mean, seriously. I don't even know Black China's whole story, and I don't know exactly what happened when she went off on that girl in the park that touched her baby. The part I'm going to expound on is the fact of how aggressive she was when she attacked or went to attack that lady or approached that lady. That's how aggressive we have to be for our own kids, ladies. It shouldn't matter what we want to do. If you want to go out, if it's that serious to go out and you can't find a family member or even the child's father or someone that you know you can truly trust to watch them, then don't go out. It's not that serious. That club will be there when you have a babysitter. If you're working a job that requires you to work nights, if you don't have someone who you can truly trust, maybe you can't take that job. It's heartbreaking.
It is heartbreaking.
And it's really starting to irritate me. And I'm feeling so sorry for these kids. Yeah. You know, and it's just a horrifying thing that's happening. But I really think we got to be aware. Even myself, I have to say, when I started dating my husband, I knew him from times back, but I didn't know him that well enough to bring him around my kids, you know, and I did it early. I did. Luckily, nothing ever happened, thank the Lord, but what if I didn't do that? What if I didn't give myself a year to know if I even like this guy? 6 months enough to know if I even like this guy. Right. And he would have harmed one of my children. I would have never been able to forgive myself. Right. So it's just something for us to think about, ladies. Even with, you know someone who don't have custody of their own kids, but they're willing to babysit yours. I think not.
Something is wrong.
Something is definitely wrong. You will not be watching my child. But I want you, whichever one want to go first, just to, maybe get some enlightening ideas or something for the women to think about when you're in the process of doing that.
If you're dating and you're a single mother, I know you single mothers are working hard and you just get so tired sometimes and you just want to just be free. And sometimes you jump at the first man that hops in your inbox, but it's not always safe. I would say, I'm a single mother as well, you need to know how this person interacts with other people. Not just saying children, but if everyone else is throwing shade and slandering his name, he may not be a good person. Is he a family person? How does he treat his mother? Just that goes a lot without saying. And being around someone who, with your kids and leaving them alone with him, I don't suggest that you do that. You don't really know a person within 6 months. You may not know them after a year, but just work that trust up. And then, maybe you can bring your child around him. But I don't think women should leave their kids with men that they don't know. just to go to work or anything. Because like she said, I mean, your family member, they're always there for you, even though they may not have agreed with your decision, but they'll be there for you because that is their family member, their granddaughter, their niece. So reach out to someone, and I just feel really bad for that little girl. She was gorgeous, and the mother, I know your heart is hurting, and you know, it was not your mistake because you didn't know that he was crazy or whatever he is, mental, but our hearts go out to you, girl.
Yes, it does.
Sorry.
It does. And Dom?
I definitely agree, you know, with both you guys. I don't have kids, you know, but I would just say the flags, they probably are going to be there at the beginning anyway. You're going to see how they interact with you and then with other people, or you might say, oh, they will never do that to me, but you don't know how they would, you know, react to other people or people around you. So that's just something to, you know, really take into consideration. And it goes the other way around, like men and with women too. Like if you have your kids around them and they hitting them and like smacking them, like no, you don't have to. It's just flags there, and my heart goes out, you know, to the family, and it's just not a good look. I don't know what's going on or why they're, you know, just letting these men come in so easily. It's just scary, you know, and I always, you know, about me not wanting kids. She said it's going to change, but it's just like things that happen now, I really just
make you think.
Yeah, it's just so scary. It's like, why would I even want to bring a child into, you know, this world? Because I feel like I'll just be paranoid 24/7. So it's crazy. And even if I, you know, date a guy with kids, the mother, you don't even have to worry about, don't let her around my kid. It's fine, because I'm gonna wait my 6, 12 to a year. It's fine.
I'll sip to that.
I'll sip to that. You don't have to worry about it, because I want you to know me well enough to be like, is she, you know, able to be around my kid, or I want to be like, do I even want to be around you and your, you know, your family, your drama? So it's just flags. That's my biggest thing.
That's so very true, and you're right. It goes both ways, because it can go on to women too. There are some real cruel women out here who hurt kids, and even, well, heck, even parents. You know, some parents, we're supposed to be protecting our children, and we're harming our own children. So, you know, it's just a sad time. I think we need to stay prayed up. I think we need to go back to our roots, because prayer definitely works. Something is wrong out here. I understand the struggles of life, and sometimes they weigh heavy on you, and they allow you to make bad decisions, or you feel like you're just failing at everything, and you just lose it. Take a break, walk away, think about it, and then come back. That would be my advice for anything, because guess what? Joy always comes in the morning. Amen. You always have a new day to make something happen. You don't know what great thing might be waiting for you on the next day, the next minute, the next hour. So just take your time with everything. Even ladies with finding a man. Don't be so desperate. Just because he might look good, he dressed good, there's other layers you have to pull back to make sure that he is the right one for not only you, but for your children and for your lifestyle. I mean, it's a crazy situation, and I just don't want to see this anymore with any children getting hurt. So if you're one of those parents out there who think, you know, you're seeing certain things and you're kind of skeptical about the man that you're dating with, or a man, if you're dating a woman and she's acting kind of funny around your kids, take that stuff to heart. Truthfully, I'm telling the truth. Take it to heart, because these are your children. You're the protectors, and you're the ones they're looking up to. Amen? Amen. Amen. Well, we're going to go ahead and end it on that note, because I don't even know where we can go from there, because it's just such a sad thing, like we said again. And our hearts go out to everyone that has been involved, even that young man, and I cannot think of his name, but the mother and the mother's boyfriend killed the daughter. And y'all remember that story? And CPS was involved, the police were involved, and everyone failed that little girl. She's dead now at the hands of her own mom and the mom's boyfriend, and the dad is just left out here hurt. And he tried to get emergency custody, and the system still failed him because he wasn't able to get it. So now his daughter is dead. It's something needs to be done. But we want you guys to just continue to watch us. Sorry this was so heavy today, but this was something that was on our heart. We felt like we just wanted to share, you know, a little something with you. Maybe if you were thinking another way, hopefully this is making you think a totally different way. But we'll be back next week. And actually, we will be on location in Cancun, Mexico. And I'll sip to that. I'll sip to that. So we hope all of you join us next week, and we'll see you in Mexico. Until then, have a great day.